famous YouTuber Jake Paul has made a small fortune and garnered millions of followers and fans through his viral content on social media. However, the 23-year-old Paul is looking to exchange his camera for boxing gloves in a quest for a new career. Jake Paul already has a professional boxing win against fellow influencer Anna Sonjev and is set to take on former NBA superstar Nate Robinson this weekend in his second professional outing. He will be fighting in the undercard of Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr. However, Paul has set his sights on the next set of targets, and it would seem as if he has his boxing career all figured out. Jake, in a recent interaction with MMA Fighting, said that "I'm going to beat up Dylan Dennis, which is from Conor McGregor's camp. I want to KO everyone in Conor McGregor's camp, and then it's time to fight McGregor. It's going to happen." Paul also stated during the Tyson-Jones Media Day on Friday that he had fallen in love with the sport of boxing. "I'm doing this because I love it. I don't need to do it. I have my music, my YouTube stuff, my acting, my businesses, but I'm doing this because I love it. Everything about it. The show, the weigh-ins, the talking SHT." Jake Paul further added. Elaborating on his plan to eventually face Conor McGregor in the future, Jake further stated, "It just makes sense. At the end of the day, this is a business, and they're saying that this fight is breaking all the pay-per-view pre-sale records. I'm the co-main event and Conor McGregor's bringing those same pay-per-view numbers. There's no other fighter with this big of a platform that's calling out Conor McGregor right now. His biggest competitor Khabib retired." On multiple occasions, Dana White has claimed that Khabib Nurmagomedov isn't actually retired, but each time, the undefeated lightweight champion responded and reiterated that he really isn't returning. Dustin Poirier is set to face Conor McGregor in January, and the former interim lightweight champion made his case for fighting for the undisputed title if Khabib is truly hanging up the gloves. "I think if Khabib's retired and not coming back, then I'm next in line for the title shot, and this could be the title fight," Poirier told MMA Junkie. "This could be for the undisputed belt. I think that'd make sense. Dana's saying one thing, Khabib's saying another. Who knows what the truth is? Time will tell. The division has to move on," Poirier said. "The only thing that makes me think the guy is serious is, first of all, he doesn't seem like a bullshitter, and if he said he's done right after the fight, and his father just passed away, it's an emotional moment. You just got another title defense, you get to go back home to your family. You might say those things right after. But a month later, you're still singing the same tune? Maybe the guy's mind is somewhere else. Maybe he is moving forward. Maybe, as he said, he's accomplished everything he set out to do. I don't know. But if he is done, somebody has to fight for that belt." Poirier has a good point about the division moving on, giving Khabib's recent statements. Interestingly enough though, while Khabib repeatedly stated that he is retired, he did tease a meeting with the UFC president. "See you soon, Dana White," Khabib cryptically wrote on Instagram. Will Khabib actually return? For what it's worth, he has a press conference in Moscow, Russia on December 2nd to address new projects that have been and will be announced. For the second time this year, Anthony Smith has gone from co-headliner to the main event. This time he'll be going from 3 rounds to 5 rounds. Following news that Curtis Blaydes tested positive for COVID-19 and thus won't fight Derek Lewis in Saturday's UFC Vegas 15 main event, the UFC confirmed that Smith vs. Devin Clark will be the new main event. In August, Zabit Magomedsharipov vs. Yair Rodriguez was nixed as the UFC Vegas 8 headliner, so Smith vs. Alexander Rakic was bumped to main event status but remained a 3-rounder. Clark told ESPN's Brett Okamoto that he wanted to compete for a title, so this short-notice 5-round switcheroo is part of his plan. As for Smith, he's doing it for the fans.